What's going on, guys? Today I want to talk about the KRC-20 ecosystem, the KRC-20 launch that went on yesterday, as well as the pluses, the minuses, the ups, and the downs. And I also want to go over how you can buy and sell and trade KRC-20 tokens as of right now, if you want to. Let's jump right on into it. All right, so first things first, I want to go over KaspaKrc's new post on X. And we'll talk about that for a second because the overall launch this time around was technically successful, but there was some black eyes on it as well. And I don't want to discount those because some of us were affected by them. So if we look here, in just 24 hours, we've already seen a staggering 21.7 million KAS in gas fees paid, 13 million KRC-20 transactions, and 165 tokens deployed. What a phenomenal day. The community's enthusiasm is truly remarkable. Now, when you look at everything in a nutshell, it was very successful. A lot of transactions, a lot of KASPA paid to the miners, and a lot of volume and transactions that were handled pretty flawlessly on the mainnet and the KASPA chain in general. But the black eye here is the Casware wallet, and a number of people, from what I understand, got their whole entire wallets drained with fees that they didn't give access to be taken out of their wallet. It sounds like there was a code error in the back end of the Casware wallet, and that is kind of disappointing since they had plenty of time to test their wallet and somehow did not find this error. And what that did was ruin this launch date for a number of people. If we come right down here to this first comment, it says fees paid, including probably millions of KASPA that users didn't willingly submit for fees. I wouldn't celebrate just yet. Casware ruined it for so many people. Now, I agree with that because when there's a wallet that comes out to be the first of its kind to support KRC-20 tokens in a new third-party project that's going to build on top of KASPA, you tend to want to trust this wallet because it's almost the only way to mint these tokens anyway. Now, we're going to go over later on in this video, it's a much more confusing way to do things through Telegram. But at this point, I think that's the route that I'm going to go because Casware has now twice kind of ruined my trust in them. I, for one, was lucky enough. I didn't get to mint everything that I wanted to, given I got a later start, but I didn't have my wallet drained either. So I only got a fraction of what I wanted to mint and what it said I was going to be able to mint because minting stopped and froze on me halfway through, or maybe even it was about 30% through where everything kind of stopped and it just kind of froze and wasn't minting anymore. So I canceled it and I only got what I got at that point. And there's part of me that's thankful that I got anything because what we're going to go over in a second is if we check the minting status on a bunch of the more popular, well-known KRC-20 tokens, they're all minted out completely 100%. And there's no way to buy them anymore except for in a marketplace, which I'm also going to show you in a few minutes here, if you decide that you want to purchase some on the open market before they potentially get listed on exchanges. For those of you who want to be more safe and want to be more conservative, like I mentioned before, it's better to wait until centralized exchanges start listing them, and that way they are vetted, they're easier to buy, and you can hold them on the preferred exchange until we get the Tangem wallet, who is integrating their words right now as we speak, and then we can transfer them from the exchange to the cold storage Tangem wallet, and we can just leave them there, right? What we also want to see is the listing on CoinMarketCap because then we can track them better as far as market cap and price and all that kind of stuff. Right now it's a little fuzzy because we don't have a good way of tracking all of those metrics to see how much profit we're making or when we might want to sell, all of the above. So those are the two things we're going to look for next is centralized exchanges, or three things: centralized exchanges, coin market cap listing some of the projects, and Tangem cold storage wallet finishing up and integrating KRC-20 tokens into their wallet for safekeeping. So we don't have to worry about any of these hot wallets, which is why I always stress never put a lot of money on a hot wallet because you cannot trust them 100%. They are prone to hacks. They are prone to a lot of different things. So moving on here, let's take a look at kind of a little sum up of the main KRC-20 tokens, their market cap and their supply, and how much these tokens are worth based on their KASPA equivalent. And as we can see on the top here, Nacho is at an $8 million market cap. KASPA is at a $4 million. Gold's at a $3 million. Some of these market caps are a little higher because there is more supply in the market. Gold, for instance, only has 4 billion, whereas Nacho has 287 billion as far as max supply goes there. And so that's where their market caps differ a little bit. Go ahead and screenshot or freeze this if you want to take a look at it. It'll kind of give you a good idea of, you know, what we're looking at as of right now. This obviously can change very fast because we're in crypto and things change, but it's kind of good to look at right now. And what I'm going to show you in a minute in the actual marketplace, you'll be able to see kind of this in real time to an extent. Let's talk about Casper Bot. And this was probably now looking back on it, the preferred way that people should have been minting. And the reason I didn't go over this in the first place is because it's a little bit confusing, especially for new people into crypto. And it's through Telegram, and I'm not a huge Telegram fan at all. I didn't have a Telegram account up until today because I wanted to go in and see how this worked and visually see the only marketplace as of right now that I know that you can actually buy all of these tokens that have already been fully minted on the open market. So I created a Telegram account and here we are. Basically what's going to happen here is, like I said, I don't like Telegram. There's a lot of scammy things that go on in there and I just don't really want anything to do with it. So what's going to happen here is I'm probably going to buy, and we're going to do this live, I'm going to buy a little bit of Gold token because I didn't get to mint any, and that's one of the tokens that I wanted. Reason being is because they have already secured centralized exchange listings. I want to get in early. I'm not going to buy a whole lot of it, but this is the reason why I created a Telegram and that we're going to go through this. And this is probably going to be my last purchase. So I'll have a little bit of Gold token and I'll have a little bit of Nacho token. And then what I'm going to do is just wait. I'm going to sit on it and I'm going to wait until in the current wallets that they're going to be sitting in. And then as soon as Tangem has fully integrated KRC-20 tokens, I'm going to transfer them over there. And then they're just going to sit in my Tangem cold storage wallet until I am ready to sell or take profits on them. So in order to do what we're about to do, you have to have a Telegram account. And I know a lot of you guys probably have one out there. I might be a minority in the fact that I don't like to use Telegram, but when we go through this, it's going to automatically open up your Telegram account. So you have to sign up and open an account before we do anything here. So go ahead and do that if you haven't, if you want to partake in any of this. But I'm going to show you what's going on here, and then you guys can make your own decisions, obviously. So what we're going to do is blow the screen back up for you guys so you can see better. And you're going to go to Casper Bot's official X page. So KSPR BOT, and make sure it's its official account. And then what you're going to do is click on their website here, right down here in the description. And what's going to come up is a little bit about it. You guys can read this if you want. I'm not going to go over it right now. Security, how to use it, why to choose it, and just a little bit of an about section. You're just going to click on Start Casper Bot here. And then it's going to ask you if you want to open up Telegram on your desktop. I believe you can do this on mobile as well. You just follow the same exact steps So you are able to buy and sell on mobile with this Casper bot if you guys decide you want to do it. I'm doing it on the desktop, obviously, because I'm filming it, but what it's going to do is open up this screen here. These are all bots, and what you're going to do is you're going to click on one of these bots, and you can go ahead and generate 10 wallets from all 10 of these bots if you wanted to. I've already generated a wallet, Casper bot number 1. So what it's going to do once you've done this, it's going to give you a generated address and a generated private key. And you're going to want to save your private key because they're not going to save it in their Telegram system, which is a good thing because you don't want anyone else to have your private key. It's best to write these down. The problem is you're going to have to reuse this every time. And if you write it down and type this all back in, it's going to be kind of time consuming, but maybe that's the safest way to go about it. Now that you have generated your address up here and your private key right here, you type in the bottom box here. If I can move this up and show you, type in the word start and it's going to give you a menu here. And what you want to do is go down to the marketplace. There will be a link here for the marketplace. You're going to click on the marketplace and it says my wallet is not connected. So what I'm going to do is import with my existing private key. And now, as you can see here, it says my wallet is connected. So then I'm going to hit the marketplace and it's going to give me a list, or us a list, of the tokens that we can buy or sell. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Gold here, and it's going to give you kind of a list down here. It's almost like buying and selling NFTs, where I can buy 752K Gold for 3,200 CAS, 998K Gold for 4,400 CAS, 2 million for 9,000 CAS, and so forth. And you can go to the next and next till you find a number that you like. And I don't know right now, you guys, if any of this is actually good pricing or not, but I assume we're so early that eventually it's not going to matter because the price will go up. We're just about to hit a full-blown bull cycle and the prices are going to go up. So I'm not too worried about it. We're still super early. I know this is probably higher priced than what the mint price was, but it's still going to be a lower price than potentially what the centralized exchange is going to list it at when it first comes onto exchanges. So the prices have already gone up since I was last on here, it looks like. So I'm going to find, yeah, this, before you could get 1 million gold for 4,400 CAS, and now they're trying to sell 1 million gold for 10,000 CAS, which I'm not going to do. But what I will do is 750K for 3,200. Like I said, I don't know if this is a good deal or not, but we're going to go for it and just confirm and see. So it says purchase in progress and purchase complete. So now I own 752, almost 753,000 gold for 3,200 CAS. And like I said, this could not, I think in the long run, it's going to be a good deal. Right now I have no idea. I'm willing to give up a little bit of CAS for gold because I was planning on doing that anyways. So we'll just leave it at this amount and we'll see how it goes. We'll month by month here, and you can do the same thing here where you can sell. So up here you can actually go to sell gold, list an offer to sell tokens using my listings, and follow the steps and sell your tokens that you have in this wallet. Now, keep in mind, you have to have KASPA in your wallet that you have connected here before you can buy anything, or it'll tell you in inefficient funds. So remember, when you created your initial wallet here, you have a wallet address right here, and you're going to have to send KASPA from a different wallet to this wallet in order to buy and sell on this Casper bot. There's a few different steps, and if you look down here, it says my listings. You can create a listing. Which KRC-20 token would you like to sell? We would type in gold. We're obviously not going to sell it right now. How many gold would you like to list? And then you list the amount, and then then it will ask you how many KASPA do you want to sell it for, and you can put in the amount of KASPA. I'm assuming some of these outrageous numbers here are people that really don't want to sell their gold. So they list it for an astronomically high price, probably just hoping that somebody will pay far more than what it's worth right now, and they'll gain some KASPA. But the savvy people aren't going to pay 10,000 CAS for 1 million gold when you can go to the previous page here and get 2 million gold for 9,000 KASPA, or 998,000, which is almost 1 million gold, for 4,400 KASPA. So it's almost like an NFT marketplace to an extent, but this is the only way I think right now that we can buy. If you missed out on any minting and you do want to buy some on the open market, this is the way you're going to do that. And obviously you can choose from all of these tokens here. Now that I own some GOAT token, I am still not 100% sure in this wallet here how I am able to move these funds of GOAT into another wallet when the time comes. So keep that in mind, that at this point, I'm sure there is a way that's possibly able to do that. Okay, so here in the, let's back up here. Here in the main menu, when we hit the marketplace, it does. You can check your balance. You can mint. You can deploy your own token. You can transfer to any other KRC-20 tokens. You can send CAS to another wallet. I don't know that you can send KRC-20 to another wallet yet. It doesn't say that, but I'm sure when it's time and there is other wallets you can send it to, you can potentially do that. Trending to check tokens and info. And there's the marketplace, and then a referral to get your referral link, whatever that means. Yeah, so if you click balance, as you guys can see down here, it'll tell me in my KRC-20 tokens, I've got 752.6 GOAT, and my balance in CAS is 1,083, plus your wallet address that it's in right here. And transactions that I've made have been 2. So you can refresh that at any time. So as soon as I'm able to send my KRC-20 tokens out of here, then I will. As of right now, I don't know if I'm even able to send them to the Casware wallet, but I don't know if I want to either because of the potential hack that they had yesterday. So I'm just going to leave them sitting here, and I will check back on them. I don't have any sort of desire to sell them yet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait until there are centralized exchanges and that there's a CoinMarketCap listing for it. Tangent Cold Storage Wallet is where I ultimately want to send these GOAT tokens to, so that I can have them in safekeeping where I feel comfortable holding them. But as for now, they're just going to sit in this wallet. And what I'm probably going to do with this excess KASPA balance, I'm probably going to send that back to my Tangent wallet as well, so that it's not sitting in Telegram bots. I just feel more comfortable with it there. So that is how you go about buying any of these tokens that you weren't able to mint on Telegram via the Casper bot. So let me know, guys, if you have any more questions that I didn't go over that you're unsure of about that. I know there's a lot of steps and it's a little confusing, which is why I didn't go over this ahead of time, and I didn't have a Telegram account up until today either. But from everything that I heard, this Casper bot for minting was extremely successful. The fees were low and it worked flawlessly. Unfortunately, all of our main favorite tokens are already minted out, although in that main menu that I did show you a second ago here, I'll pull it back up real quick. This main menu here, you can choose to mint. Might be some other tokens that are lower on the totem pole that you guys might want that are still mintable. It asks you which token, KRC-20 token, do you want to mint, and you just have to put in the ticker and follow the steps after that, and you're able to mint it. If they're fully minted out, then it will tell you that there's no more available. For instance, let me pull this up a little higher so we can see it. For instance, if I type in Nacho here and hit enter, it tells you the Nacho token has already been fully minted. And if there's any left in any of the other tokens, it'll allow you to mint what you want to mint, providing there's enough to mint. But all of the ones that I wanted to mint were fully minted. Goat's the only one. So I'm going to have some Goat and I'm going to have some Nacho. And that's just basically what I'm going to sit on for now, especially since this whole process was a little chaotic. And I want to preserve as much of my KASPA as well, because I think in the long run, obviously, that is the precious asset out of all of this. I just wanted to spend a little bit on these for some gambling and hopefully be able to make a lot of money with it and buy more KASPA is basically the thought process there. So let me know again, guys, if there's any other questions here. I hope that not very many of you were affected with the Casware wallet hiccup. If you were, from what I understand, I've seen some people on Twitter that have been reimbursed, and they didn't explain how. I don't know if it just showed back up in their wallet or they had to reach out to the support team via Twitter, X, or their website. I don't know exactly how to even reach out to them, but there's got to be a way to. And if you are missing KASPA, I would highly recommend trying to reach out to them. It doesn't hurt to ask. But at this point, I can't, in a good conscience, recommend anybody continue to use the Casware wallet, because I didn't think there was going to be an issue the second time around. First time around, there was an issue all the way around. It wasn't just Casware. All of their code was not set up correctly for the amount of action that they saw on the network. But they had plenty of time to fix it this time, and they still had issues. Obviously, not everyone had an issue with it, but there was issues nonetheless. And what I don't want to do is keep informing everybody that they should use something that has clearly somewhat failed twice. And at this point in time, Casware is not going to be used by myself anymore. I still have my Nacho tokens sitting inside of it because I don't know where else to put them. So they're just going to sit there. All of my KASPA has been depleted out of there as far as for minting goes. And I may have even gotten some... I wasn't watching it because I was gone all day. So it was minting while I was gone. And I could have, potentially, gotten some extra KASPA drained that I wasn't supposed to get drained either. And I just wasn't paying attention. When it's all said and done, I'm just going to stop using the Casware wallet for anything. And I would probably recommend everybody else do that as well at this point. And just to be on the safe side, especially if you haven't had any issues with it, there's probably a chance that at some point you might at this stage after we've seen everything that's gone on. So it seems like this Casper bot here is a little more efficient, a little more smooth. There's obviously a lot more steps involved, and it's a little more confusing to use, but there hasn't been any issues that I have heard about as far as anything negative happening on this end of the spectrum. So if you guys do want to go and if you missed out on minting anything and want to go buy any of the tokens, that marketplace is a pretty solid way as of right now, and I think it might be the only way as of right now to buy the tokens at an early stage. But like I said, keep this in mind, guys. If you're not comfortable using this, or you're not comfortable in general with the KRC-20 setup from everything that's gone on, then just wait, right? If you still wanted and you're still a little bit upset that you didn't get what you wanted, or you had a bad experience or anything like that, but you still kind of want some KRC-20 tokens in the future, just wait until they get listed on centralized exchanges. At that point in time, we're going to know which ones are the winners and losers. So you're technically going to still get in at a lower price than a lot of people, but we'll be able to see at that point who is serious and who is not, who is paying for exchange listings, who is not, who is continuing to market their projects after launch and who is not. So remember all of that stuff, and don't get discouraged, because some of these are going to list on centralized exchanges, and some of these are going to make a lot of people a lot of money. It just depends on what. And the fact that all of these people minted these tokens before we know anything about them, basically, or what they're going to do in the future, some of these will probably rug pull. Some of these will probably never list on a centralized exchange. Some of these will never get the liquidity to make you a lot of money. And We don't know any of that yet. We're just gambling at this point. Remember that. We're just gambling at this point. So it's a little bit of money that you're willing and okay if it goes to zero, just to have that small chance of making life-changing money with one of these projects. But the more conservative you guys, it's not frowned upon. It's not looked down upon at all. If you just want to wait and have this play out, keep your eye on certain projects, see what they're doing, see what they're building, see what they're marketing, see what they're doing with their own money, with their own time. And the winners, just like in every other sector of the world, the cream rises to the top. And eventually we're going to see that cream rise to the top. And at that point, we will know. So in the meantime, guys, continue to pack your damn bags before it's too late. I will see you in the next video. Peace out.